Turn our attention to the country's courts. A big case we're following, of course, eThekwini's former mayor, Zandile Gumede, is expected in the High Court in Durban again this morning to defend herself against a barrage of corruption charges. Gumede, to remind you, facing an array of charges along with municipal officials, ward councillors, business people and other companies, all relating to racketeering, fraud and corruption. Siphamandla Goge, fresh off the back of covering the King's coronation over the weekend, the King's ceremony in the Zulu nation, of course, still very busy for us in this part of the country. Siphamandla, hello to you. So I imagine then if they're expected to plead, they're also going to expect the court to set some trial dates. Good morning.
Morning indeed. Technically, once they plead, that will be the official start of the trial, but it will not start in earnest. It will start next year, definitely. That one is guaranteed. So today, the expectation is that they will come to court. They may be asked to plead, and then the matter will be postponed to next year. You are looking at April or March next year. All of that will be confirmed inside court. But today, definitely, it's going to be a postponement. Even if they do plead, the matter will be postponed, and that will signal the fact that we should get underway with this matter that has been dragging for about 5 years now, if I'm not mistaken. It includes high-profile politicians in eThekwini, and one of those being the eThekwini regional chairperson, Zandile Gumede. She's the chairperson of the ANC's biggest region in South Africa, eThekwini. She's the former mayor of eThekwini, the only metro in KwaZulu-Natal. Also, some of the accused persons include, officials or former officials of eThekwini municipality, including former city manager, that is Mr. Siponzuza. There are others who work for supply chain of the eThekwini municipality or eThekwini metro. You also have business entities and business people that are also accused in this matter. The gist of these accusations are that the politicians colluded with business entities and business people to influence the awarding of contracts that have got to do with the unit of the Durban solid waste. We are talking about 320 million rand of contracts that were awarded or that are in question in this matter. So today, proceedings are at a pre-trial stage, and of course they may be asked to plead depending on how they plead, but the matter will definitely be postponed to next year. The judge said it's likely that the matter will start next year. There's been another issue with some of the accused persons here who have pleaded poverty, saying they do not have funds to pay for their legal costs or legal fees. So therefore, that has delayed the matter. Zandile Gumede and her legal team were trying hard to say, well, let's just separate the accused persons here. Those that can go to trial now who are ready, including herself, let's go to trial. Those that still have got issues to sort out in terms of funding, let them sort out their issues, but you cannot delay all of us in this matter. So today we are back here just for pre-trial proceedings. Probably the accused persons will be asked to plead, but the matter will go to trial or will formally start in terms of, back-to-back hearings and proceedings inside court next year.
And it's a long time to wait as well, because you bring up the question of costs for those who are implicated for legal fees as well. I see online reports that Zandile Gumede herself having to use pension fund money to now settle her legal fees as well. So this is not just dragging on as far as the court's time is concerned, but dragging on as far as finances are concerned as well. This is starting to get very expensive.
Absolutely, and if I'm not mistaken, some of the three accused persons in this matter have lost their lawyer, their legal representative, Mr. Van der Merwe, who has said that, well, I cannot continue to represent them because they don't have money to pay, and that alone will affect this trial. And also some of the accused persons have been saying, well, please talk to the asset forfeiture unit to release some of our assets so that we can dispose of them and be able just to raise funds to pay for legal costs in this matter. The issue of legal funds will continue to be a very challenging one for some of the accused persons, even though the state views this, that there is too much mistrust here. somehow, somewhere, the state feels that some of the accused persons are just delaying this matter. The issue of them pleading poverty is not genuine. They are just trying every trick in the book to avoid the trial from getting underway. On the other side, the legal representatives of the accused persons say, well, listen, our clients have been dealing with this matter for years. This trial has not started. It's been more than 4 years. Where do you expect them to continue getting money to pay for legal fees and legal costs? So therefore, their plea is genuine when they say they do not have money. However, now the technicality is, do you delay the entire trial, even for those accused who say we are ready, we can afford, even though we don't have money, we can make means because we want this matter to get underway so that we can continue with our lives, and then just separate the matters here. Let those who have legal issues in terms of funding deal with that, sort that one out. Let's just get underway. Let's proceed with the trial. So today we'll hear inside court what will happen, but I can tell you and our viewers that the matter will be postponed to next year.
And just very briefly, Siphamandla, as I say goodbye to you, just remind viewers what the story is with court access for journalists and cameras. I know when Santathia was where you are a couple of weeks ago, there was a bit of a backwards and forwards about media access inside the courts. I know SANEF, beg your pardon, then got involved. What's the latest status on media inside the court?
We will get that status around 10 o'clock. They still need to argue, by the way, and rule on that matter of media access. There has been an outcry from journalists, across South Africa who are covering this high-profile case. The order that was given was that there should be no live feed inside court. Cameras cannot just roll live. So there was also an issue with how many journalists can be inside, what can be filmed inside, what can be pictured inside, or what can rather be recorded inside. So all of those will be thrashed out, and we expect that at least today by 10 o'clock there will be a concrete and clear order that will be given, because the media had to come in court and argue to say this is in the public interest. It is important for the people of eThekwini, KwaZulu-Natal and South Africa to see what is happening in this trial. It involves high-profile politicians, administrators, officials, businesses, and business people. So therefore, it's in the public interest to show what is happening inside court. So we'll wait for 10 o'clock to hear how the judge will rule in terms of this matter moving forward. But the media has been pushing hard for access in this matter, which has not been granted fully before.
We look forward to hearing what the court has to say about this. I appreciate Siphamandla Goge, as always, following what is happening outside court for us. Former eThekwini Mayor Zandile Gumede expected back in court this morning.